Hello, this is Jose Rodriguez, and on this video, you're going to find some tips to help you on your next bike purchase. This video is called Tips on Buying a Bike. These are a few tips that I figured out on the way to my journey. Hopefully, it'll help you out. First thing I like to know is what's the purpose of the bike. Is it for fitness? Are you going to ride on trails? Are you just going to ride around downtown? Or is it a commuter bike? Or are you going to go long distance? All these are factors when you want to purchase a bike, including the surface. Is it going to be downtown where it's just concrete? It's going to be roads? Or it's going to be dirt, gravel, or a lot of sand? All these are factors as well. You have mountain bikes, you have street bikes, you have urban bikes, you have hybrids, you even have electric bikes. So if you know what purpose you want to use the bike for, it helps out a lot, narrow them down to at least one or two bikes that you need to be looking for. What I like to tell somebody to do is write 3 things down that you want to do with your bike. That usually helps out a lot on picking the right bike for you. Now here's a subject that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and that's the budget. You really need to know what your budget is. You need to research, see what type of bike you want. First you need to find out the purpose, then research on what bike you need and what you want. And research. It's like buying a car, it's like buying a TV. People spend hours and hours researching, and knowing what type of bike and researching and knowing your budget will help you out tremendously. Another thing is, you go to a bike shop, they're professional bike salesmen, so you may be influenced on buying or purchasing a bike that you don't need, or maybe it's too little of a bike or too much of a bike. I've seen this happen a lot, so if you know your budget and you research, you can kind of get away with having the salesman trying to upsell you. Another thing is to be reasonable. Be reasonable. What I mean by that is, if you don't expect to buy a Ferrari $500, so it's the same as a bike. So if you go to a bike shop and you want top of the line, you have to pay the price. So if you find a $2,000 bike and you found it for $500, more power to you. I love that. I love it when somebody finds a great deal. But if you want to get a $2,000 bike, most likely it's going to cost you around that price. And the final thing is, leave some money for accessories. No matter if you're just using it for fun or anything else, there's always inner tubes, multi-tools, even a helmet. If you don't have a helmet, you need to purchase a helmet. It's safety. There's a clip later on where I show you some more stuff. But a budget is very vital on purchasing a bike. You need to know how much you're willing to spend and research on how much you need to spend. Now on this next slide, it's about the right size. The right size matters when it comes to a bike. If you get a bike too big, you can hurt yourself, or even too small. It'll affect everything. It'll affect the ride, it'll affect the comfort, it affects your body. It's less controllable. Also, if God forbid you have to crash or anything, it leads to more injury. You can get injured very easily if you don't have the right size bike. I got a graph here to show you on any bike pretty much. When your bike's on the ground, you should be able to, the middle crossbar, that's a crossbar that goes to your handlebars to your seat. You should be able to stand there and have about 1 to 2 inches in between the top tube and your body. If you don't have that, most likely the bike is too big. If you have too much of a gap, the bike is most likely too small. So you need to check that. The bike size really does matter. And another thing too is another tip. If you're on a street, urban bike, fixed C gear, 10 speed, If you're on the seat and you're riding, you are not supposed to be able to touch the ground. I see too many people having the seat post in the wrong position. That can also affect the ride. It can also injure your ligaments in your knees. When you're all the way down in the down position, you should be at 90 degrees. So the right size bike is detrimental on the ride and what you need to be safe. Another thing I want to mention to you is that you may find a bike that is inexpensive, but you don't like certain things on it. You can customize your bike just like a car, anything. You can customize the seat, wheels, pedals, the list goes on. Some people do it for fashion or for looks. Some people do it for efficiency. The world is your oyster when it comes to your bike and customizing. There's always stuff for the bikes, no matter what bike you purchase. I have 3 bikes, and I can purchase things for all 3 of them, no problem. I always love to customize my bikes, makes them feel like mine, and it has a little flavor to it, and it has my little bit of my own attitude in it. Here's another clip. I want to show you the slide. This is where you need a little bit extra more in the budget. Please buy a helmet. A helmet is so vital. It saves your life. It helps you. You're a good example. Also, these people really sometimes don't know how important the helmet is. They're all different types. It's so worth it. Another thing is the multi-tool. If you go out more than once or twice or 3 times a week, the multi-tool is very vital for any little minor repairs if you're out there. You don't want to be 5 miles away from your home and you don't have the right tool to fix it. Also, extra inner tube. There's a multiple things that you can get extra for your bike. And again, the biking community is a great community. You can find about anybody from beach cruiser clubs to fat tires to there's a huge community out there. It's great. It's a great exercise. It's a great hobby. Just don't forget to wear your helmet. The right bike is vital on having a great time. Even if you do it for fun, it's a great hobby. And just hopefully these tips will help you out. And I just want to tell you, don't forget to have fun riding. And I hope these tips helped you again. And I appreciate it, and you have a great day.